Today, Division NFL. The Bengals versus the Bills in a big upset in hoops. American Game Day starts right now! Welcome to American Game Day. Today is Saturday, January 21st, and I got a big show lined up for you. And college football's not even in action, so that tells you that I got big things planned if I say big. And yes, we still got NFL to talk about. We got the Bengals and the Bills as our game of the week. This is going to be a huge game, and especially since when they played earlier this season, very recently, it was canceled, and I'll tell you about that later on in the show if you haven't heard about that earlier, which I'm sure everyone knows why by now. If you don't know, you've been sleeping under a rock. Anyway, let's jump into some headlines. Hopefully I don't mispronounce your name, but loyal Marymount ended Gonzaga's home game winning streak. Gonzaga had 76 wins in a row at home, and I'm not gonna pronounce that name again. I'm not gonna mess it up. You can see that logo right there. Ended it, so no change for Gonzaga hitting 80 or possibly 100 anytime soon. A round of applause at the big upset. How big of an upset was it? 1 point, 68-67. That's a big upset right there. I mean, on the road against Gonzaga. Round of applause. All right. Also, some big college basketball news that's being canceled. Wisconsin and Northwestern is being postponed, and I'm hearing yet again, the second time it's being postponed because, I almost said because of cancer, because of COVID. Sorry. So, are we still doing the postponing games and canceling games because of COVID still? We are? Okay. I guess we are. Well, I guess I'll probably talk about more of about that next week, or possibly Wednesday on Hardwood Hoops if it gets rescheduled, which I'm guessing now it got postponed twice now. It's likely going to be canceled now. Anyway, our game of the week in college hoops. Yes, I got a big game for hoops too. UCLA and Arizona. I want to say a top 10 matchup, but Arizona's number 11. But they are at 11. It's one below 10. But I'm gonna still say it's a top 10 matchup. 5 versus 11. 1 o'clock on ABC. Yeah, it's here in about a couple hours. It's gonna tip off. It's gonna be a really exciting game. I cannot wait to watch it. And I gotta say, the Pac-12 is kind of disappointing. Like they are, always. These are really the only true big two teams in the Pac-12. These are the two best teams in the Pac-12 right now. Going at each other tonight, or I guess this afternoon. And I cannot wait to see this. I'll have my predictions later on in the show in the option. Yeah, the option's gonna do college basketball now. So, gonna be really interesting, in case you're wondering, what this show gonna look like without college football now. No, I'm still rolling with this show, like always. Alright, let's jump in to some big actions around the conference. ACC games to watch. We got Miami and Duke. Yeah, Duke is not ranked. Shocker. Yes, it is. 11 o'clock ESPN. Miami is ranked, though. Duke is at home. I honestly think that Duke might actually win this game. They'll pull off a big upset. Also, NC State not ranked anymore. No, not after their I forgot who they lost to, but it was kind of a disappointing loss for them at home. But North Carolina, I think, is this the first time that Duke and North Carolina aren't ranked in the same year? Yikes. And I also think that they're both going to win today. All right, the Big 12. We got a big game in the Big 12. There's always a good game in the Big 12. TCU and Kansas at noon on CBS. This is going to be a huge game. TCU is 14. Kansas is number 2 at home. Now, keep in mind that Kansas lost at home very recently. Yeah. All right. Keep that in mind. TCU is looking strong. They're really an underdog, so you never know what they're going to do. Either they're going to have a great game or not. Texas Tech, Kansas State is a big game in the Big 12. Kansas State's ranked at 13, 1 o'clock ESPN 2. I need to throw another second game into this graphic, but really, I don't think that this is that big, but kind of is. Baylor is 21 right now. Almost should be a basketball school. Used to be. They're playing against Oklahoma on the road, so I really think it's going to be a big game because Oklahoma is they play at their opponent's level. So we'll see how that goes. And don't forget, Oklahoma nearly took down Kansas on the road. Yep. All right, the Big Ten. Iowa, Ohio State, 1 o'clock on Fox. Not really that big of a game, I don't think. Nebraska, Penn State, 1:15, Big Ten Network. Not a really big game. Pac-12, Washington, Utah, 7 o'clock, Pac-12 Network. Again, not really that big of a game. USC, Arizona State, ESPN 2 at 9. Again, I'm really disappointed about these games. Now, the Big 12 or the Pac-12 really is kind of disappointing me right now. I do not know why. And the Big Ten, the Pac-12 are disappointing at the moment, but because Purdue and UCLA are the only teams in the top, and then Arizona, which we'll find out today who's really staying above in the Pac-12. The SEC, we got A&M and Kentucky. Yes, Duke, North Carolina, and Kentucky are all not ranked. 1 o'clock, ESPN is they're at home against A&M. And then 3 o'clock on ESPN. We got Tennessee at LSU. That's going to be a really big game, and I cannot wait to see it. Let's bring it on! Yeah, there are some other big games in the SEC, too. All right, let's jump into some NFL headlines for you. Yeah, Damar Hamlin, if you don't remember, we're living under a rock the past couple of weeks. He collapsed on the field in the Bengals and Bills game. He needed CPR, and he went to the hospital, and blah, blah, blah. A couple weeks later, he's alive. Yeah, and he is at the Bills factory every day, and he is in recovery mode. And probably the way he's recovering and what good news I'm in here about him, he's definitely not going to play this week. But if the Bills beat the Bengals tomorrow, when it comes to conference, I'm thinking it's a possibility that he could play. I'm not saying he will. I'm saying it's a possibility. Anyway, some other big NFL games. The Giants, Eagles, 7:15 on Fox. Later on tonight, I'll probably be watching that over any other college basketball action, probably. Because we're wrapping up the NFL and I need some football to watch. And then tomorrow at 5:30 on Fox, Cowboys, 49ers. That's a really big game. Cannot wait to see that one. Woo! How are the Cowboys gonna do? I mean, that was a big win against the Buccaneers last week. Get taken down Tom Brady. I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to respond against a really good 49ers team. Anyway, NBA headlines for you. Ben Simmons was ejected, and I was told that he was ejected. This is like his, second time ejected? And also, it's the Nets' 4th straight loss. Wow. Come on, Nets. I know you're better than that. You got Kevin Durant. You should be winning games. What's going on? Give me the W. They're not giving the W. The Lakers they're pretty much the Lakers right now. The Nets and the Lakers are like the same team. They high hopes and cannot win. Alright, let's check out what's going on around the network. Check out the Slayer Report podcast every Monday, 6 o'clock. Got a good one this Monday about the NBA. And Down and Distance. When it starts back up next season, it will be on every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And also, Hardwood Hoops as NBA and college basketball is underway. New date every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And then Hot Seat, put coaches on the spot. I got a good one talking about with recruiting season and the off season here. First Monday of every month. And also, American Game Day. This show, our flagship show, getting you ready for a big weekend every Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you haven't already, check out our website for the latest news, scores, stats, etc. And I got some XFL to talk about and some spring football is coming up on the website. Alright, that's all what's going around here in the network, here on Busy Sports. Alright, it's now time for my favorite part of the show, and no, I'm not doing Joke of the Week, that's just for football. No, this is The Option! TCU, Kansas, noon on CBS. For number 14 versus number 2, the Big 12 battle. Who's going to win this game? I got Kansas winning this game at home. They are not losing twice in a row at home. Alright, UCLA, Arizona, Saturday. ABC this afternoon, 5 versus 11. Yeah, even though this is a game of the week, yeah, I'm combining 2 leagues in the option this time. I'm picking UCLA to win. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually picking Arizona to pull off this upset at home. I really think they can pull this off at home. All right, NFL action, 3:30. NBC, Jackson Jaguars, Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be a big game. Except for, I really think the Chiefs are definitely going to win. It's going to be a blowout. Mostly. Put me on the Chiefs. Alright, move on to the next game. Giants, Eagles, 7:15 on Fox. This is going to be a tough game for me to pick because, I mean, these are 2 really good teams. The Eagles have been the most impressive, and yet they still have the best record in the NFL. Hurts looking really good. Might even win the MVP if they get to the Super Bowl. And, or not even if they win the Super Bowl. I think Hurts might win MVP, but we'll see about that. And I am sticking with my pick here. The Eagles are winning this game at home. Sorry, Giants, but you don't stand a chance. This is going to be a fun game to watch, but I think the Eagles will find a way to pull it out off in the 4th quarter. Alright, 5:30 on Fox. We got the Cowboys and the 49ers. Gonna be a big game tomorrow night. And this is a tough one for me. I really like the Cowboys offense, but it's the defense that shines. This is going to be a really big defense game. I'm predicting very low-scoring game. And, sorry, 49ers, I think the Dallas Cowboys will get their offense going and will win this game. The game of the week. The Bengals and the Bills. 2 o'clock tomorrow on CBS. Gonna be a big game. Woohoo! Alright, so y'all are probably wondering who am I gonna pick this game. Should they restart it where they left off? No, because the Bills are gonna be the designated home team this time, and the Bengals aren't. So just because I love the Bills right now, I love the momentum and what they got going on, I got the Bills winning this game at home and moving on to the conference. That's it for American Game Day. I'll see you next Saturday at 10 a.m.